Hello and welcome to another video, and this time I will teach you how to change your user interface from a portrait to a landscape mode. So at the end of this video, your mobile app will have a fully functioning and good-looking landscape layout. This will be a short video, and of course, as always, is going to be the easy way. And this is what we have. This is what we start with. This is an application that I have built in a previous video, and it loads two images in two image views. And when you press this button, the images are switched between each other. So the second image goes here on top, and the first image goes here in the lower part of the screen. And every time you press the switch image button, this change occurs. The only problem is that when we rotate the entire device, this is what our application looks like. So the user interface is still displayed in a portrait mode, even though the entire device is rotated and now it's set in a landscape mode. So what I will show you is how to convert this user interface to something like this that will look good in landscape. Okay, so let's go to the Android Studio and I will teach you exactly how it's done. This time I will not build the project from scratch because I have already built this app, and there is a previous video showing you from start to finish how to build this simple app with two image views and some images that are switched when this button is being pressed. So I will not explain how this works. However, I will show you that if you use the device in your portrait mode, this app will look very good. However, when you turn it to landscape mode, then you can see the user interface is not arranged properly. So the way to fix it, you go back to portrait mode and you just leave it. So this part of the app is done. And what you have to do is to move in the left side over here where you have the project folder. And where it says resources on this folder, you just right click and you will add a new Android resource directory. And you click that. Then you will check over here resource type and you will say it's going to be a layout. Then you find orientation over here and you just click on the arrows to move it to your right. And for the orientation, you already have the portrait. What you need now, this is a landscape. If you want to build apps for watches or TVs or something else, it's a different story, or you can have even a square screen size. For now, we'll just go for landscape. You click OK. Now, if you are in this Android view, then you will not be able to see the newly created directory because it has no file inside, so it will not going to be shown here. This is a simplified version of the project, if you'd like to see it that way. However, there's a way to fix it, to change it. You can just go here, you go to project. Now you will see your project as it is with all the files and all the folders, even if they are empty. So if you open the resource right now, then you will have this layout landscape. This is the newly created directory, and at this time it is empty. So what you will do, you will go here, layout, you take your current activity main XML layout. This is the user interface for the current app. You copy this and you just paste it in the layout landscape. Here you go, you paste. And you keep the name as it is, you don't change anything, you just leave it as it is. Right now you have the same file with the same name, but this time in a different directory, in the layout landscape directory. What you have to do right now, you just come here and you want to rearrange all your objects. What I usually do, and let me just make this a bit larger. Okay. The first thing you will do is just to cancel all the previously set constraints because they're not helpful anymore. So you will just clear everything. Then you are free to move your image views around. So you can just move the first one to the left side of the screen. You can move the second one to the right side of the screen. And you can take the button and you can put it here on top. Okay, now for the button, you will just say align and then you say horizontally. This way you set some constraints. For this image view, you select together with the button and you will select vertically So you align them vertically. You see the distance between themselves and the edges of the screen are equally spread. Now the button is constrained. We have no issues with it. However, we still have the image views. So for this image view, it is constrained vertically, but not horizontally. So we select it together with the second image view, and we say align horizontally. And lastly, for the second image view, we need to set some constraints, both vertical, so towards the top, and towards the lower part. So at this moment, we have the objects all constrained on the screen in their new place. And if we test the app, it should work perfectly. Okay, so let's see how this looks like in the emulator. The application is now loaded in the emulator, so we can just see the first version, the portrait mode. And you can see it works. Now let's rotate the device. And now you can see the landscape version, and if we press the button, it still works. So this is it. I hope you learned something new today. If there are questions, if you have comments, if you have anything to share with the community, please leave a comment and I will do my best to reply as soon as possible. Until we meet in the next video, keep learning, keep practicing, and have a good day.